In the Los Angeles suburbs, 18-year-old Madeline Whittier lives in a highly specialized home designed to accommodate her unique health condition. Maddie suffers from severe combined immunodeficiency, SCID, a rare genetic disorder that renders her immune system virtually non-functional. As a result, she is extremely susceptible to infections, even those caused by the most common viruses and bacteria. Her condition is so severe that she must be isolated to prevent exposure to potential pathogens. While there are treatments available for some forms of SCID, Maddie's is a particularly resistant variant. Her mother, Pauline Whittier, a physician, closely monitors Maddie's health and maintains meticulous records of her vitals. Pauline quickly diagnosed Maddie's SCID after she experienced numerous ear infections, pneumonia episodes, and failed to gain weight as an infant. This early diagnosis was crucial, as many individuals with SCID do not survive beyond the age of 2. To ensure Maddie's safety, Pauline has implemented stringent measures to protect her from external contaminants. The house features specialized air filtration systems, ultraviolet irradiators to sterilize clothing, and a sealed airlock at the entrance. The house is hermetic, ensuring no contaminants can enter when the door is open. To provide a semblance of outdoor life, a special room with a large viewing window overlooks a carefully curated garden. The internet has been a lifeline for Maddie, allowing her to connect with others through online support groups and pursue interests like architecture. She enjoys constructing models and often places miniature astronauts inside, symbolizing her feeling of isolation. To maintain her physical and mental well-being, Maddie engages in regular exercise and avid reading, frequently sharing book reviews online. Since her father and brother passed away when she was an infant, Maddie relies on a nurse named Carla for care while her mother is at work. Carla and her daughter, Rosa, are the only individuals Maddie interacts with, and their long-standing relationship has sometimes made Maddie feel confined. One morning, Maddie heard unusual noises outside and, upon looking through the window, noticed a new family had moved in next door. The teenage son, Oliver Bright, spotted her and greeted her, marking the first social interaction Maddie had with a stranger in years. Today was Maddie's birthday, and Pauline took the day off to celebrate with her. They indulged in cake, played phonetic Scrabble, and enjoyed a Nicolas Cage film, which was momentarily interrupted by a doorbell ring. It was Ollie and Kira Bright, who had brought a bundt cake baked by their mother. Their mother had a tradition of gifting a cake to new neighbors, and while Pauline declined the gesture, she warmly welcomed them to the neighborhood. Ollie inquired about Maddie, but Pauline, protective of her daughter, informed him that she was away. Maddie, who had overheard the conversation through the intercom, went to the window to observe the siblings as they departed. She accidentally dropped the cake onto the ground, shattering the plate. A moment later, Ollie appeared at his window and waved, a gesture Maddie returned. The following day, Maddie heard noises outside again and realized that Ollie was intentionally trying to attract her attention. He began staging a miniature play at his window, dressed entirely in black. He dramatically pushed the bundt cake off the windowsill, as if committing a symbolic murder. Then, the cake reappeared next to a couple of empty pill bottles, and finally, the cake was connected to a fake 4, with Ollie pretending to be a priest delivering a parting blessing. Maddie found Ollie's performance amusing, and when he wrote his phone number on the window, she didn't hesitate to text him. The two teenagers began exchanging daily messages, discussing a wide range of topics. They learned about each other, discovering that Ollie was originally from New York, aspired to return there, and held a deep affection for his sister. Maddie, however, delayed revealing her illness until she could no longer avoid the subject. Ollie assured her that he did not feel pity for her condition. Since they couldn't meet in person, Ollie asked Maddie to describe her eye color, and after she did, he called her beautiful. Days later, Carla discovered Maddie's growing friendship with Ollie. She had already suspected something when she noticed Maddie gazing out the window frequently and confirmed her suspicions when Maddie poorly lied about what she was viewing on her laptop. Maddie pleaded with Carla to allow Ollie to visit, promising to ensure he adhered to all safety protocols. However, Carla refused. That evening, Rosa visited Maddie, and Maddie shared some details about Ollie with her. Rosa expressed excitement about the changes in Maddie's life, acknowledging her own impending absence due to college. One evening, Ollie arrived at the garden window and played Heartbeats by Jose Gonzalez through Maddie's wireless speaker. Their hands met on the glass, and Maddie couldn't resist imagining a romantic encounter. The following day, Maddie obtained a credit card to purchase a new, non-white sweater. When her mother noticed it, Maddie attributed it to Rosa. A few days later, Carla surprised Maddie by allowing Ollie to enter the house, albeit under the condition that they maintain a distance. After dressing more formally, Maddie met Ollie, initially feeling self-conscious but gradually relaxing into their conversation. When Ollie inquired about her desired destination if she could leave, Maddie chose the ocean, despite its proximity of only 3 miles. As they talked, their physical distance lessened, and Ollie's nervousness led him to unintentionally throw his rubber bracelet. When Carla announced the end of their visit, she confirmed that there had been no physical contact. After Ollie's departure, she teased Maddie about the longing expression on her face. Maddie expressed a desire for Ollie to visit again, and Carla agreed to reconsider after a week to ensure Maddie's well-being following the encounter. While Ollie was away on vacation, Maddie occupied herself by writing reviews. She still contacted him, inviting him to visit on the 4th of July to watch the fireworks together. This was an ideal opportunity as it coincided with Carla's day off and Pauline's unexpected double shift at the hospital. Ollie accepted the invitation. On the 4th of July, they began the evening by conversing from opposite sides of the room. Maddie was surprised to learn about Ollie's extensive knowledge of mathematics, which he attributed to his father's frequent moves. He admitted that Maddie's presence made him want to stay in Los Angeles. Impatient with the physical distance, Maddie approached Ollie and initially suggested they remain friends. However, she eventually yielded to her feelings and kissed him as the fireworks began. After Ollie returned home, he called Maddie to ensure her well-being. She reassured him that she was fine. Maddie witnessed a distressing scene through the window. Ollie and his father were engaged in a heated argument, which escalated into physical violence. Concerned for Ollie's safety, Maddie rushed outside to check on him. Ollie, in turn, urged her to return to the house for her own protection. Their interaction was interrupted by Pauline, who abruptly intervened, taking Maddie back inside and reprimanding her for her reckless behavior toward a stranger. When Maddie displayed a dismissive expression, Pauline realized that Ollie was not entirely unfamiliar to her. Disbelieving Maddie's claim that they had only communicated online, Pauline became increasingly agitated. As night fell and her emotions subsided, Pauline approached Maddie, who apologized for her actions. Pauline expressed sympathy for Ollie's situation and offered to send someone to check on him. However, Maddie declined, explaining that Ollie preferred to keep his circumstances private and was protecting his mother. Recognizing her daughter's genuine affection for Ollie, Pauline requested more information about him. Maddie enthusiastically described her positive feelings toward Ollie and the positive impact he had on her self-esteem. Pauline was pleased for Maddie but emphasized the necessity of ending their interactions for Maddie's safety. She produced the rubber bracelet she had found in the other room, dispelling any denial from Maddie. The following day, Pauline dismissed Carla for allowing Ollie into the house, disregarding Maddie's pleas. Immediately after Carla's departure, Maddie began experiencing nausea and developed a fever. Pauline administered medication and instructed Maddie to remain in bed all day, confiscating her phone and internet access. Hours later, as Maddie began to feel better, she went to the window and saw Ollie. He quickly realized that they could not communicate via text and resorted to writing messages on pieces of paper, which he displayed on his window for Maddie to read. After ensuring that Maddie was well, Ollie expressed his apologies. However, Maddie responded that she was not forgiving. The next day, Maddie met her new nurse, an elderly woman known for her strict demeanor. The nurse left notes around the house with generic inspirational quotes and reminders of the house rules, including limited and monitored internet access. Maddie informed Pauline that she missed Carla, whom she considered a friend. Pauline, however, reminded Maddie that Carla was merely a nurse and that she should not have formed such a strong attachment. She believed that the same applied to Ollie and that Maddie would eventually meet another girl who was not confined to the house and would forget about her. Maddie found Pauline's words disheartening, but upon reflection, she couldn't shake the image of Ollie with another girl. She realized that her mother was correct. Ollie would be happier with someone healthy, and she was setting herself up for disappointment. Maddie sent Ollie a message stating that their relationship was no longer viable, explaining that she was harming his life. Ollie attempted to call her, but she declined to answer. He sent numerous messages pleading with her to reconsider, but she remained resolute. While Ollie expressed his reluctance to lose her, Maddie believed that there was nothing to lose, given her confinement. However, the next day, she awoke to find the large window downstairs adorned with images of the ocean and a note from Ollie, expressing his belief that every ocean deserved to be seen by her. Touched by his gesture, Maddie decided it was time to take control of her situation. She wrote a letter to her mother, expressing her love and gratitude for everything Pauline had done for her, acknowledging that she had survived thanks to Pauline's efforts. Nevertheless, she felt that it was no longer sufficient. Maddie explained that she was not making this decision for Ollie but for herself, because if she remained confined, she would never truly experience life. After leaving the letter for Pauline on her bed and packing her belongings, Maddie exited the house, experiencing the unfamiliar warmth of the sun on her face. Once the initial sensations subsided, she went to the neighboring house and texted Ollie to come outside. Upon his arrival, she kissed him. Maddie then deceived Ollie, claiming that she had undergone gene therapy, a detail she had previously withheld to avoid raising his expectations. She stated that the therapy seemed to be effective, but her mother remained concerned, prompting her to escape to test the treatment. Utilizing the credit card she had obtained weeks earlier, Maddie purchased 2 plane tickets to Hawaii and invited Ollie to join her. He readily agreed. After packing his own belongings and informing his sister to care for their mother and maintain their secret, Ollie drove them to the airport. Maddie was initially apprehensive about traveling by car, despite the moderate speed. As she became accustomed to it, she encouraged Ollie to drive faster. Moments later, as they boarded the plane and departed for Hawaii, Pauline discovered the letter and contacted the police. Maddie encountered Kira on the street and attempted to obtain information from her. However, Kira revealed that she had no knowledge of their whereabouts, protecting her brother as he had requested. Upon arriving in Hawaii, they stayed in the same cabin Maddie's family had previously rented. After settling in, they went shopping for a swimsuit for Maddie. They spent the entire day at the beach, allowing Maddie to experience the ocean and learn swimming and water games from Ollie. They also purchased scuba gear to explore the underwater world, jumped off high rocks into the ocean, and concluded the day by watching the sunset together. As they returned to the cabin, Maddie mentioned missing her brother and father, which she found perplexing due to her lack of memories. Ollie reassured her that it was not unusual and shared the reason for his frequent moves, his father's difficulty maintaining employment. He expressed his confusion regarding his mother's reluctance to leave his father, despite repeated attempts to persuade her. Ollie revealed that his mother had claimed he would understand when he grew older and that love could lead to irrational behavior. Maddie agreed with Ollie, inadvertently revealing her feelings for him. Seizing the opportunity, Ollie confessed his love for her. Later that evening, they engaged in a romantic encounter. The following morning, Maddie felt unwell and developed a fever. Ollie called an ambulance, and Maddie was transported to the hospital. As she lay in the hospital bed, she experienced a terrifying sensation of her heart stopping, accompanied by a dream of Ollie being distant and trying to reach her. When Pauline finally left her alone, Maddie accessed her computer and communicated with Ollie, who was deeply concerned about her well-being. She apologized for causing him distress and ended their relationship, citing exhaustion and an inability to continue. Ollie believed that his life was better with Maddie in it, but Maddie insisted that hers was not. Ollie, hurt by her words, admitted that he did feel sorry for her before logging off. Days later, having learned a harsh lesson, Maddie was determined not to repeat her mistakes. Pauline agreed to leave her alone while she worked instead of hiring another nurse. Maddie resumed her daily routine, ignoring an email from Ollie until one night when she witnessed him leaving with his mother and sister, carrying bags. Maddie searched for his email and discovered it was a farewell letter, informing her of his move back to New York. He had chosen to leave during the night while his father was out drinking to avoid confrontation. Several days later, Maddie was surprised to receive a call from her Hawaiian doctor, who shared her lab results. The doctor revealed that Maddie had only had a virus infection, which had become more severe due to her weakened immune system. Maddie attempted to explain her SID diagnosis, but the doctor dismissed it, believing that if it were true, the virus would have had a more significant impact on her. Shocked by this revelation, Maddie began reviewing her mother's medical records but found no confirmation of the SID diagnosis. She confronted Pauline upon her return from work, questioning the diagnosis. Pauline insisted that she must have the relevant documents somewhere, and it was at that moment that Maddie realized her mother was suffering from Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a condition characterized by fabricating or exaggerating illnesses in another person. Overwhelmed with emotion, Maddie fled the house, ignoring Pauline's pleas to return. For the following days, Maddie sought refuge with Carla and Rosa. She also consulted a doctor for a proper diagnosis, and the doctor confirmed that she did not have SID but rather an underdeveloped immune system due to limited exposure to the outside world. One afternoon, Pauline arrived at Carla's home with some of Maddie's belongings and shared the events of Maddie's infancy. Shortly after the deaths of her brother and father, Maddie became severely ill, and doctors were unable to determine the cause. Believing it might be allergies, they provided Pauline with a list of substances to avoid, which escalated into an obsession when combined with her fear of losing Maddie as she had lost her husband and son. Pauline apologized to Maddie and embraced her before departing. Days later, Carla visited Pauline and persuaded her to open the house's windows to allow fresh air inside. However, Maddie struggled to forgive her mother. While she understood Pauline's challenges, she couldn't ignore the missed opportunities of over 15 years. Maddie decided to travel to New York and sent Ollie a message requesting a meeting at the old bookshop. Nervous about his potential absence, Maddie arrived at the bookstore, only to find Ollie waiting for her. After asking him to start anew, as if it were their first encounter, the couple kissed and left the store hand in hand.